Hello everyone, this is Shadogu here once again, making another video, and this time I will be answering some questions for what I hope to be a series of videos of just me answering questions specifically about college. So, as some of you may know, like I've mentioned this a few times beforehand, that I am currently a college student. Right now, my third slash fourth year is a little complicated there. That's a story for another time. Um, what's it called? But yeah, I've had some a few years under my belt with this whole college thing. So I thought, hey, since I'm in this position, I should at least, at least I should try to help others, with their college journey and all that. So I reached out to a few friends of mine to see if they had any burning questions about college and stuff. And yeah, I'm here to answer those questions. And this is gonna be a very brief video. At least I hope it's gonna be brief because I end up being freaking detailed with a lot of these answers. But what's it called? But yeah, so if you have any questions, anything, like literally anything and everything goes with this. At least for me, as long as like it's college orientated. Yeah, just put in the comments below, just like anything you want to ask about college. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So going to the first question from one of my friends, they ask, well, I don't have the question in front of me. I should have had that, but I'll just go off the top of my head. Oh my lord. They asked somewhere along the lines, um, if you've never lived with someone else, how do you adjust to living with a roommate? Somewhere along those lines. So essentially, I'm gonna assume that this person never has always had their own room, or had their own like quiet place, something like that. But now they're gonna move into the dorms, and now they have to live with a few roommates or a roommate. So yeah. As for me, at least my best answer for this is to I guess first and foremost, so there's multiple things to go with this because dorming and everything has its own. It's not as complicated as it may seem at first. Like I don't know, at least to me, doing this numerous times, it's not that complicated. But to me, first things first is just be open to it. At least to me, that's one thing, especially if you've been living in your own room for like all your life. Yeah, it is gonna take some adjusting to share it with someone else, especially a stranger you don't know. But I will say is that as time goes on, as the weeks go by, chances are that stranger will soon become your buddy or friend. That's just the honest truth right there. I don't know how most colleges, excuse me, right there, how they assign their roommates, but at least mine's, I've asked them and they said somewhere like has to do with them looking at your bio and then like seeing like okay like what characteristics you would best match with. And for the most part, at least for me, they it's matched pretty well. So like all roommates I've never really had a problem with. Of course there's some stories here and there again. Think something for another time. What's it called? Yeah, but just in general, no, like it's never really turned out badly for me per se. So how do I say? So, yeah, so I guess with that in mind, again, be open to it, and just that's another thing. Talk to them. Like for me, this past semester, there's one roommate. We had like I think the first or second night I was there, we just ended up talking for like a good 30 minutes or so. And like I think you kind of need that icebreaker to kind of just get to know each other and stuff. So you can just get to like ease into like each other's like space and everything. And I think that's also maybe not the first conversation, but probably should be one of your first conversations is to set boundaries and make it clear like okay, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. um and this is how I like to roll, but like how you like to do things, and then discuss it, try to figure out some middle ground to see what you can do there. A lot of it can just be, like, oh, they're like a late sleeper, but maybe you're an early sleeper, so maybe I want to ask them, like, hey, I want to ask for some quiet time between these hours so I can sleep early for this class or that, something like that. And then just in general, just like, again, break the ice. Can you just exchange, like, what's it called? Like, so some hobbies and stuff like, oh, like, I like to play video games. That person may like to play, what's it called? Card games or who knows what, stuff like that. So yeah, again, that icebreaker, get to know each other, ease in pretty quickly. I think within the first or second day, try to do that. Hopefully you don't wait longer, but again, as long as we guys talk to each other and then just around each other, I think generally speaking, within the first month or so, you will start to ease up to each other, and then things will be fine for the most part. Because I think that's another thing. Because I will have to say this is a a double-edged sword right here. There's a lot of students in college that they're just there to learn. They're just there to learn, go to class, do their work, come back, do some activities here and there. They're not trying to bother anyone. And I think that's a good amount of students. But of course, especially during your early years of college, um, quite frankly, there's also just some goofballs right there that just don't really don't really care about classes and all that stuff. So so keeping that in mind, you will get some instances of some people who just don't like they don't, I guess, have any consideration for others. If I'm being very blunt right there. And at worst, sometimes and again, this is one of the times where you have to communicate with them and say, hey, this is something I don't, I'm not appreciating. Can we please work this out? Some of them can be just maybe them, maybe it's just their lifestyle. Like, it's not negative per se, but it's like something they've always done. Like, I don't know, maybe they've always like moved on the bed or something like that. Like they're like a, how to say, I don't know, light sleeper is a term, but they just like kind of spin around in bed like that. Like they just move a lot, and then you have a bunk bed, and you're under it. You're a light sleeper. You wake up pretty easily. That's gonna be bothersome. Something like that. Like, again, you might want to communicate with them and then see what you can do to work out. At worst, maybe they're just a messy person and they don't really know how to organize. It'd probably be best to just what's it called? Yeah, talk to them and say, hey, you're kind of making a mess. It's like creating dust everywhere. You have to clean this up. It's starting to become a problem. I've heard horror stories, I will say, but thankfully, at least for me, like, it's not gotten to that point. So yeah, again, stuff like that, just keep in mind. And then some other stuff I could think about is just try to do some activities together. So at least for me, one of the activities I did with one of my roommates was during the weekend that Sonic the Hedgehog 2 came out. Like, we just like, I guess I briefly talked about, hey, I'm gonna go watch the movie. They said they're gonna go watch the movie with their friends, so I thought, hey, okay, let's go watch the movie together. So we did do that. After that, we ate, and then yeah, that was like the day right there. So again, like, do some stuff like that, kind of like ease into each other's presence. Like, whether it could be going to a club, or who knows, like maybe you guys might have a class together. So that's a good way to kind of bridge those gaps, and then just kind of communicate like that. And again, if there's some like common ground, like you're both like playing video games, like you have a Nintendo Switch, and who knows, maybe both like playing Mario Kart or something like that. There's an activity you guys can do together, and something pretty simple. But yeah, stuff like that. I feel is just some good general tips to how to ease into a new roommate and stuff, especially if you haven't um what's it called, like live with anyone else like that. Again, simple stuff. Just set boundaries, communicate, and just have fun. Again, just be open to it, ease up, and then I think you'll be good. I think you all will be good. All right. Yeah, I think it's been a while since I've recorded something like this, at least up to this vein. So, all right, I think I still got it. I still got it. All right. So up to the next question, another friend of mine asked, and this is quite a doozy. So not necessarily doozy, but different vein from the first question is, how do you pay off student loans? So student loans, this is huh, because there's a lot of things you could dive into this whole subject, but I think I'll keep it brief. So, uh, quickly, there's three different types of loans off the top of my head. Well, technically four, but I'll get to that fourth one. At least for me, so I'm getting financial aid. I'm just being transparent right there. And with financial aid, they offer subsidized loans, unsubsidized loans, and parent plus loans. So the subsidized loans, as the name may suggest, the federal government subsidizes the interest rate for that loan. So let's say if your loan is about $1,000. Excuse me. Yeah, sure. Keep them. Anyways, what's it called? It's about $1,000, but let's say the interest rate on 2%, just for an example. It's not really that, but as an example, it's 2%, so it gets 2% interest rate, I believe, every day. So I'll get to that real soon about the whole everyday part. So yeah, so it's accumulating interest every day, and what's it called? Oh my lord, what was I gonna say? Shoot. Oh, but since this federal government is subsidizing the interest rate, to you, that interest rate is going to be 0. So it's just when you pay off that loan, it's going to be the flat $1,000. It's just going to be the flat fee essentially right there. And yeah, so that's the best type of loan you want to get. Of course, best suggestion is to avoid all loans if possible. Get some scholarships and everything like that. But for some people, that's just not going to be a possibility or a reality. So just still putting that out there. The second type of loan is the unsubsidized loan, which as you may tell with the name again, it's basically like it is like the subsidized loan, except the government is not paying the interest rate on this, so you are paying not only the loan itself but also the interest rate that comes with it. So like again, 2%, it's going to accumulate every day. So that's the thing with these loans. Like I've seen it for myself on the freaking website. It accumulates interest every day. So watch out with that. Like I'm not trying to say this to make you panic, but that's just the reality of these things. At least for the loans I've gotten, other loan providers, depending on their interest rate and like how it's calculated, it could be different. But at least for me, that's the way it is. So it'll accumulate interest. So once you do pay it, if you haven't paid it off early, then you're gonna be paying more than what you initially borrowed, for instance, right there. And a quick tip right there: if you can, pay off these loans quickly. And actually, I should save that for the end. But yeah, if you have interest, especially for an interest, for a loan with an interest rate, like, sure, I don't know if that's the best idea. Okay, wait. I'll get back to this because there's a whole bunch I could talk about that, but I might want to make this brief. Okay, third type of loan. Parent Plus loan, as the name may suggest, it is a parent loan. So this loan will be taken for you to use for college, except this will be within your parent's name. So again, I don't have much experience with this specific type of loan, but what at least what I can gather, don't take this with a grain of salt. What I'm about to say right here. If let's say your mother or father, you put one of them in your financial aid application or something like that. Let's say you put your father, for example, then the loan will be under his name, and it's something he's gonna have to pay off. Again, keep that in mind. This is gonna be on someone else's name, in your parents' name. So maybe you guys can discuss like, okay, how do we pay off? Maybe you do some teamwork and then like try to pay off together. Or maybe you can talk to your parents and say, hey, this is what's gonna happen. You're okay with this. Maybe they are okay with taking off a loan for you within their name. So again, with that one, you want to talk to your parents about that. You're gonna want to discuss it with them. See what's gonna how you're gonna do that. So that's the one I would highly I would advise against against all loans, like, as I said before. But what's it called? Since with this one you're taking the money off in someone else's name, so again, keep that in mind. Like I can't stress that enough. Keep that in mind. But yeah, it should have like around the same interest rate, more or less. Again, this will vary. So go to the FAFSA website. Oh my lord. Go to the financial aid website and then look for the information right there. That should have everything. Or whoever your loan provider is, check on their website. You will receive an email. Trust me, they will remind you that you owe them money. Check it right there, and then it should have all the information right there. So check it periodically, and then just keep that in mind. And then the technically the fourth type of loan, which I kept in separate, which is not. It can fall under one of these other loans I previously mentioned, but this is the private loan. So let's say you weren't able to qualify for financial aid, or you just didn't sign up for it, and you're just planning to take off loans off a private provider. So that means this is not involving the federal government, but this is just a private like entity, and you just like got the loan off them like a bank or something like that. What's it called? You can do that as well, except at least for me, again, just speaking with people who have done this and all that, they will probably have higher interest rates. They will probably not subsidize it. And again, if you do decide to take it within your parents' name, something like that, that's gonna come with its own like more stipulations and everything like that. So again, it's not too different from the other loans I mentioned, but again, this is from a private entity, so keep that in mind. private entities and money, it's their main goal to make money. So of course, they're all trying to make money and all that. But again, keep that in mind that this is what's it called? A private place you are doing private business with. So whatever happens, it's gonna fall on you. And again, I'm not trying to do this to scare you. I'm just saying, that's the reality of things. So now we get to the part on how to actually pay this off. So again, there is no one way to pay it off. It's like any kind of type of loan or borrowing you do with like a friend or something like that. You just pay it off when you can. You pay it off any way you can. Preferably with a stable income and all that. With, a job or something. But how to say? So at least for me, I would recommend searching on YouTube or on Google, Dave Ramsey, or Ramsey Solutions. I think that's what his company goes by now. But just search up Dave Ramsey. Search him up, and I believe he has probably the best planned financial. Well, not I want to say financial advice, but he has the best advice for taking off student loans, at least in my experiences. So real briefly, I'm just gonna make this real quick. He has this debt snowball plan, I guess you could say, or a strategy, I guess you could say. So debt snowball is basically you pile up your loans from the smallest to biggest, and you focus on the smallest one first. Why you focus on that first? Because not only are you getting rid of that one, so you're getting rid of that one off your list, but it creates it's a psychological thing where once you knock that off your list, you have more motivation to knock the next one off your list, and then the next one, and the next one. So basically, the basic plan is, let's say you get bills. Okay, you got 3 loans. You got one that's $1,000. You got one that's $2,000. You got one that's $3,000. Let's just assume they all have interest rate. But since the $1,000 one will be the easiest to pay off, but you have to pay the bill for every one. Let's say $25 a month. Again, just an example. You pay off the $25 flat for each one, and then slowly but surely the first one's gonna get knocked off, then the second one, then the third one. However, if you can, if it is within your budget, put a little more into the first one. So maybe for the first one, instead of $25, you can put $50 in there. Again, you still gotta pay the other ones off though. You still gotta pay those bills. So you put $50 in the first one, and now let's say, for example, instead of paying it off within 1 year, now you paid it off within 6 months. Again, just an example. And once you have that done, now the $25 you were once paying for that first loan, you could put that $25 and the other $25 you're paying for the second loan together. Now for the second loan, you're paying $50, and now you keep doing that. And now you keep doing that till the second loan is gone. So now with the third loan you're paying off, you're paying $25 already right there. So now you're adding another 25 and another 25 you were paying from those other 2 loans, for a total of $75 you're paying per month for that loan, which will allow you to kill it quicker. See right there? I hope I explained it well. But yeah, that's basically the philosophy of that whole payment strategy right there. So again, search up Dave Ramsey. He could probably explain it better than I can any day. But what's it called? Yeah, I think that's a good strategy to do right there. Again, the more specifics on how you do it, again, you search up like oh my god, what was I gonna say? Oh my lord, I'm losing the word. God damn it. Grants. Well, okay, except grants. Grants. If you get that from financial aid, take it. Scholarships. There we go. Oh my god. Yeah, this is me. I'm not gonna edit it out because. Oh god. Okay. Anyways, yeah, get some scholarships if you can. Get those. Use those to help pay for college, so you don't have to take out loans. As for the loan themselves, it's really as simple as just getting a job, getting some income, and just paying them off. Again, depending if you do a private loan, then you might have to pay it off or start paying it off immediately. So again, if you are in that position, get some financial help, whether searching it up online, get some more detailed advice, or talk to a financial advisor, whether it be at your high school or at your college, or even talk to your parents. They may have some advice that you might not have considered. But yeah, just talk to those parties, get some information, and develop a plan of how you're going to tackle that. And yeah, just in general, that's how you pay off loans. Again, there's not necessarily one answer for this, but those are just some general things to keep in mind when paying off student loans. It's a doozy. I'm not gonna sit here and try to pretend it's not. It's a doozy. Those loans will stack up quick. So as I said, if you can within your college year, like I mean within the semester, if like you can get like a side job, or like you get some like a parents like lend you some money, yeah, of course save it for a rainy day. But if you can, I would highly suggest start paying your loans off early. And here's another thing, at least with the loans I have under the financial aid system, is that I don't have to start paying those off until 6 months after I graduate school, or 6 months if I drop out, if I ever decide to choose to do so. So so again, you got that 6 month grace period right there. So you can use that time to find a job, or earn some money, or just do something to make a plan to pay off those loans. So yeah, so that's just stuff to keep in mind. Again, if you want more specific details, you can ask me, or if not, search up on YouTube, search up online. There's plenty of answers out there, or talk to a financial advisor. They have a lot of information to tell you about it. Again, it's its whole topic within itself, but this is just a very brief, um, I don't even know what would you call it, very brief summary of it. Yeah, a summary. But anyways, yeah, so that's it right there. About 21 minutes. Cool. I didn't want this to be too long, but I think that's a pretty healthy time. So, yeah, so thank you for these two fellows for asking me these questions right here. Again, if anybody has any question about college, I'll be what's it called, tweeting out probably on Twitter, saying, hey, got any questions, ask away. So, yeah, that's it for my advice right there. Hopefully it's good advice. Hopefully it doesn't lead you to disaster. But I think it's decent stuff. Anyways, yeah, thank you guys for asking me those questions, and thank you guys for watching the video. If you made it this far, I hope this advice is helpful. I really do. And I know for a lot of people, college is gonna start pretty soon, within the next 2 weeks or so, or within the next month. It's different for everyone. But yeah. Again, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you guys have a good time in college. I hope you look forward to it, and I hope you do your best. I genuinely do, because it's not easy for everyone. But yeah, enough of that. Thank you guys for watching. See y'all later.